right, so you should be on page 90 in your ELA notebook. You should have your Cesar Chavez story in front of you. So we're going to read this together, and as we're reading, you're going to fill in what happens first in the story, next, then, and last. So, tracking and reading out loud with me. Ready? Cesar Chavez. Who are your heroes? For many farm workers, Cesar Chavez is a hero. He is a brave man who spent his life helping them. Childhood. Cesar Chavez was born in Arizona. His parents taught him about learning, hard work, and respect. Cesar worked on the family farm as a young boy. He helped care for the farm animals. His mother and grandmother taught Cesar about caring. Many people came to their door asking for food, and his kind family always shared. So let's pause right there. I want you to tell me something from these two paragraphs first that happened. So you're going to go under our tab right here and write something from these two paragraphs of what first happened in his life. And if you need to pause the video, you're more than welcome to. All right, so now that you've written your first, now we're going to go on to keep reading, and we're going to write our next. Ready? Cesar had a strong interest in education. This desire to learn was sometimes hard on him. Spanish was his first language, but he needed to learn and study English. At school, he was punished for speaking Spanish. His mother taught Cesar to find peaceful ways to solve problems. These lessons helped him succeed later in life. He would win struggles without fighting. So go ahead and from these two paragraphs, go ahead and write next. What's the next big thing in Cesar's life? And you can pause it if you need to. All right, let's go ahead and flip it over and let's read the next section. Hard times. When Cesar was 10, it did not rain for a long time. This drought caused the plants on the farm to die. Without crops to sell, Cesar's family couldn't afford to keep the farm. Then, Cesar's family moved to California where there was no drought. His family traveled from farm to farm and worked the crops. Cesar and his family would quickly discover that migrant farm workers had difficult lives. Their challenging jobs forced them to work long hours for little money. The workers bent over all day tending the crops. The work they had to perform made their backs hurt and their fingers bleed. If workers complained, farm owners fired them. Timeline of Cesar Chavez's life. 1927, Cesar is born on March 31st. 1939, Chavez family moves to California. 1942, Cesar finishes 8th grade, begins full-time farm work. 1962, started National Farm Workers Association. 1965, he convinces the workers to have a strike. 1991, Cesar gives speeches about treating workers fairly. 1993, Cesar helped farm workers until he dies on April 23rd. 1994, he wins the U.S. Medal of Freedom. All right, go ahead and tell me, what is our then from this category? What's a big event in Cesar's life that we can put for then? And put it under your then tab. All right, so now let's read the last section. Then you're going to put your last. Ready? Changing lives. Cesar knew the migrant workers were not treated fairly, so he decided to take action. He told the migrant workers he had a plan. It was time for grapes to be harvested or picked. Cesar told the workers to stop working. This was called a strike. The grapes began to rot. With no grapes to sell, the landowners lost money. Finally, the owners talked to Cesar. They promised better pay. After that, the workers began picking the crops again. Cesar Chavez worked for the rest of his life to improve farm workers' lives. Would you agree that he is a hero? All right, so what was the last big event that we read about in Cesar's life? Go ahead and write under your flap.